If you're tired of the same old standard global hubs and want to put your stick and rudder skills to the test, the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 Marketplace just dropped the perfect remedy. This week's new arrivals pushes away from sprawling, multi-runway mega airports and dives straight into highly detailed, challenging regional environments across both Europe and North America. We are looking at prominent coastal airliner getaways like France VFR's fresh build of Nice Côte d'Azur, alongside highly requested regional workhorses like Coronado's Yampa Valley. From cliffside island runways in Greece to the riverside aprons of Scotland, there's a lot of atmospheric flying to cover. I've sorted these fresh marketplace scenery releases into two logical categories: mainline coastal gateways and a regional and short field network. Let's power up the turboprops and look at the coastal runways first. Nice Côte d'Azur Airport, Lima Foxtrot Mike November by France VFR. This is an interesting airport. It's located near the city of Nice in the southeast part of France in the Alpes-Maritimes region. If we scroll down, we can see what they included. They included photorealistic 3D buildings, they added a lot of ground texture markings, vegetation has been reworked, the night lighting has been reworked, and it's compatible with their own products. This is what you get, but let's first look at the default scenery in Flight Simulator 2024. Welcome to Nice Côte d'Azur. This is the default scenery in Flight Simulator 2024, and as you can see, it looks already pretty nice. Right, there might be some things which they might need to tweak, but let's go closer to the terminal buildings to see which kind of enhancement they made. So I'm going to speed up the drone a bit and lower the altitude of the drone. And then you will see that, I would say, compared to the screenshots which we will see really soon, this doesn't look too bad at all, to be honest. Maybe the terminal buildings, etc., do look like more realistic. Also the night lighting might be, let's say, a little bit better compared to the default night lighting in Flight Simulator 2024. But overall, let's say this building, this main building, looks pretty nice. However, what I do think is that they have added more things, they added more updates, which will make it more realistic than the current, say, default airport in Flight Simulator 2024. Although I am still, let's say, pretty impressed by the level of quality you already see. But now let's look at the screenshots which the developer provided to see how they updated this airport. So now we looked at the default scenery, let's continue with looking at the screenshots to see if we do see changes. And I do see a lot of enhancements already, right? The aprons are updated, you can see the custom jetways, you can see, let's say, also the buildings have been updated. This looks pretty nice, although the basic airport, which is included in Flight Simulator, also doesn't look that bad, to be honest. But France VFR is known for adding a lot of realism, and especially during the night hours you will see changes. Although with the upcoming release of Sim Update number 16, Asobo and Microsoft have promised to improve this. So let's see if it really improves. Then we've got Dortmund Airport, Echo Delta Lima Whiskey by Salvus. This airport is one of the busiest regional airports and it's an important hub for European low-cost traffic. What did they do? They updated the airport with a highly detailed terminal building. Also the interiors are updated, custom jetways, up-to-date airport layout, realistic apron taxiway and runway textures, and ground markings and lighting has been updated. And this is what you will get, and you can see that this looks really nice. Price is not that high for this package, but if you look at the images, look at this, the interior has been updated of the terminal buildings. You can see passengers walking, you can see the custom jetways, passengers waiting, the parking garage, the lights during, let's say, the evening hours. Also this one looks super nice, so might be a nice add-on for your marketplace. And then we have Toowoomba, Welcome Airport, Yankee Bravo, Whiskey Whiskey. I would say initially I said, okay, hey, we're not covering a lot, but to be honest, I forgot to add the screenshots to the let's say list, because this one, of course, is located in Queensland in Australia. So this airport, also a super nice one. It's located 70 nautical miles west of Brisbane. Welcome features a challenging 2,870 meter runway capable of accommodating large aircraft such as the Queen of the Skies. Question for you, do you know what the Queen of the Skies is? Because this is a little quiz in this video. And no, you can't win anything. It's just for the honor. If you look at the feature included, it's a handcrafted rendition of the airport, highly resolution aerial imagery, 1 meter dam data, which offers the highest quality terrain, and over 200 custom assets have been added. Super nice because that adds more realism. But besides that, they also add a lot of other things like 3D people, custom vehicles, custom ground color, realistic PBR textures, accurate ground markings, lighting has been updated. And if you do that, then you will get this, including a playground, including custom ground vehicles. So super nice, including, I would say, basketball field, which you can use. Countess group. Lightning is there. So a nice airport, so you could give it a try, and here you already see a hint of the Queen of the Skies. So if you didn't know it, you now know what the answer is. And then already the second group, Kalimnos Island National Airport, Lima Golf Kilo Yankee. This airport has been developed by Simulations. And if we scroll down, we can see that the runway is, I would say, on a special, location, right? It's elevated onto a mountain. It's not a really big airport, to be honest, but you can see the wear and tear on the buildings. You can see that the interior of the traffic tower is there. You can see that the ATR is there, which is not included, by the way, but also the interior of the terminal building is there, which makes this one interesting. So if you love to fly in the Greece, I would say, region, then this could be a package which you could consider to add to your, I would say, marketplace or to your Flight Simulator 2024 installation. Super nice. Kalimnos Island National Airport. Then the next one in this group is Yampa Valley Regional Airport, Kilo Hotel Delta November by V-Pilot Designs. This airport is a regional airport. It's located in the Routt County, Colorado, United States. It's serving the communities of Steamboat Springs, Hayden, and Craig, Colorado. It's located 2 miles southeast of Hayden, about 20 miles of Craig, and etc. 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 I'm not going to go to all of that. It's a pretty nice airport, and this is how it looks like. So a nice airport, not a really big one, but it has, I would say, a lot of, buildings being added. There are a lot of other cool things being added, including signs over here. And these were the only screenshots which were provided, but still it looks, I'd say, pretty nice. And then we've got Dundee Airport, Echo Golf, Papa November. Before we're going to look at this, let's jump to Flight Simulator 2024 to look at how it looks like currently. So this is Dundee Airport, and this is the default scenery of Flight Simulator 2024. You can see already several buildings, also buildings with weird interiors you can see. And if we're, going a little bit faster and then lowering the altitude, we can see that there are some nice things like hangar buildings. But also the, terminal building, although it's really small, is super cool. A lot of wear and tear. There's no, interior, of course. The solar panels on the roof. You can see the refueling station over there. The, taxiways are nice. Some supporting buildings over here. But also, of course, those hangar doors will not open. And the question is, can you do that with that add-on? Well, let's have a closer look at the add-on now. So let's have a look at this airport, how it is and what it delivers with this update. First of all, the UK 2000 Scenery Common Library is required. There's a free add-on from UK 2000 which you need to install. This airport was not developed in the wartime, right? It was used, I would say, after that. And it's serving the cities of Glasgow, Edinburgh and Prestwick. I would say, although it might be, they have their own airports now, if I'm correct. So nowadays it's still being open and it's operated by Highlands and the Island Airports Limited and continues to provide an important gateway to Eastern Scotland. If we look at the details, we can see that there are some information about, which things did they update? They're using the HD photographic images that use PBR materials. What did they do for the rest? They're using the sim engine. Well, hard to say, to be honest, because it's not bullet point, but I would say it looks like they made some changes. If we look at the images, this is how it looks like. And if you compare it with the default scenery, you can see already a lot of improvements, a lot of supporting buildings, including emergency services, including all the stuff which they have added to the airport. So this one could be nice if you love to fly in that area. There's even, I would say, hangar buildings. I'm not sure if they're opening and closing, to be honest, but this one looks pretty nice. From nailing the scenic approach over the water into Nice to managing a tight high-altitude touchdown at Yampa Valley, this marketplace update adds fantastic destination depth to Flight Simulator 2024. It's exactly the kind of detailed regional terminal work we need to make short-haul airline and GA flying feel immersive. I want to hear from you. Are you planning to load up your regional jet for a trip down to the French Riviera, or are you pulling out a turboprop to tackle the crosswinds in Scotland or the cliffs of Greece? Let me know your favorite picks in the comment down below. If this structured marketplace breakdown helped you plan your next regional flight in a sim, don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.